You know a recipe is something special when you make it 5 times in one weekend. That's exactly what happened with today's dessert. Sweet and delicious homemade brownies from an heirloom recipe that's been in our family for nearly a century. They're so good and so simple, we just had to share them. Stick around to find out why we made those 5 batches and why these brownies have truly stood the test of time. Welcome back to Graham's Recipe Box. Before we start, just a quick note about me. During the holidays last year, I started experiencing severe back pain that just kept getting worse, and it ended up requiring surgery. It's been a long few months, but it feels so good to be cooking and baking again. So for our first video back, I wanted to do something special, and I couldn't think of a better recipe than this one. So if you're in the mood for a simple, decadent treat that feels like home, grab your apron and let's get started. To make our heirloom brownies, you will need 1/2 cup of butter, 2 ounces of unsweetened chocolate, 1 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of salt. Ironically, I don't have a recipe card for this. The brownie recipe originates from my grandmother. No, not the Graham from Graham's Recipe Box, my other grandmother, Grammie Hennie. She was famous for her amazing desserts, but also for her terrible handwriting. So even if we had a recipe card, it would take an archaeologist to decipher it. Thankfully, my mother saved this and many other heirloom recipes by transcribing them on the computer. But tragically, she threw away all of the originals. It's heartbreaking, but at least we still have the actual recipes. Start by melting the butter and unsweetened chocolate together in a saucepan over low heat. You'll want to stir it continuously to keep it from burning. Brownies are one of those all-American treats that feel like they've always been around, but they actually have a pretty recent history. In my research, I found that most food historians agree that brownies first appeared in the early 1900s, and the earliest printed recipe showed up in the 1906 edition of the Boston Cooking School Cookbook by Fannie Farmer. Once your chocolate and butter are melted, keep stirring until the mixture is smooth and glossy. In a separate bowl, beat the eggs and sugar together until light and frothy. This helps give the brownies that nice, chewy texture. Over time, the brownie became a staple of American kitchens, showing up at bake sales, potlucks, and family dinners everywhere. Whether you like them cakey or fudgy, with nuts or without, there's something about brownies that always feels a little bit nostalgic and a whole lot delicious. Next, add in the flour and stir it well. Then add the salt and the vanilla extract. Continue to stir until everything is fully combined. Finally, add the chocolate and stir until it's all smooth. Years ago, my daughter and I made these brownies 5 times in one weekend. We made the first 2 batches for her Girl Scout troop, but Dad complained that he didn't get any, so we made a 3rd batch. After trying them, she said we had to make some for her grandma and then some for her friends at school. It was quite a production we had going on. Now that the batter is mixed and smooth, pour it into a greased 8x8 pan and spread it evenly. These brownies are a family favorite and always a hit with guests. We have a lot of brownie recipes in the recipe box and have tried all the common box varieties, and these are truly head and shoulders above the rest. They aren't gourmet, but they're as delicious as they are easy to make. Bake at 350 for about 25 minutes. Depending upon your oven, it might bake a little faster, so I recommend checking it at 20 minutes just to be on the safe side. When a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean, they're done. Let them cool just enough to handle, but honestly they're best when still warm from the oven. The top is slightly crisp, the middle is soft and gooey, and the chocolate flavor is deep and rich. We hope you give these old-fashioned brownies a try. They're so easy to make and yet so satisfying. just like Grammie Hennie would have wanted. Do you have a favorite brownie or other heirloom recipe you'd like to share? Tell us about it in the comments. We've got lots more vintage family recipes coming your way, and we'd love for you to join us. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.